Move, man. What are you doing?
We got our foot in the door. The Wizards have offered you a 10-day deal.
Why not a year?
Because you're an undrafted, unproven commodity. But they saw enough to take a flyer on you. So you have exactly 10 days, 240 freaking hours to show that you belong. You perform, you got a shot at a guaranteed deal for the rest of the season. We both live to breathe another day. You don't, you got a shot at being last in a long line of might have beens, and I'm probably out on the street too. Living in this rat hole.
Hold up. Rat hole? This is all I can afford because you didn't get me drafted.
Let's call it a charming fixer-upper. Now pack your bags. We're going to the show.
Yeah, boy. I'm going to the league. I got my foot in the door, and I'm going to kick this sucker down, man.
You better. I don't want to ruin any more suits sitting on these vermin-infested couches of yours.
Man, it's my house you talking about. Finally, I'm in the league.
You did well in the workout and in the scrimmage.
He's a baller. You give him a legit shot, and he's gonna make the most of it. I mean, when it comes down to crunch time, there's no one...
10 days, my man. We'll see if he can swim with the big fish. If he does, he might have a shot to be signed for the rest of the year. Rick might even find himself a spot in the rotation. If not, son, he's back on the streets. You ready?
I'm ready, willing, and able, sir. You'll see.
Good. Get out of here. You too.
So you're the rookie that's going to shock the world, huh?
Sure as heck gonna try.
Good. I'm glad you're here. Just remember, it's all out there for you. Work hard, listen, watch how we do, and you got a chance to be something special. Now let's see what you got.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Washington Wizards come in for this one. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Look at the Lakers. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games.
All right, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
And stepping out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA playing time, we'll get to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Daniel. Just an amazing story we have here, Clark. Here is someone who has had to scrap and fight every bit of the way, but now he's made it on his own to an NBA floor.
You know, he got passed over by all 30 NBA teams during the draft, but he stuck with his dream, and now here he is. I mean, let's hope he can make the best of it.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He made no mistake that their game plan was to run their offense through Wall. Coach wants to get him involved early so he can establish a strong presence at that end of the floor and provide them with a well-balanced offensive attack. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
And when you look at the Lakers, they say that second-generation businesses have a high failure rate. Only time will tell if they can continue the remarkable winning streak this team has enjoyed through the years.
Shot clock at 6. Good on the leaner. Wall's got 7.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Yep, it's been a clinic at that end of the floor, no question.
Lynn kicks to Young. Shot from 12. That one goes. Young's got his second bucket.
And, you know, for the Lakers with the harder cap, they can't outspend like they used to. With the internet, players like Durant don't need to be in a big market to get exposure like it was in days past. So the Lakers will need to outsmart other teams to continue their success.
Wall passes to Daniel. Here's Seraphin. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
That's a big reason why they're trailing, Clark. They haven't gotten many stops here.
Here's Lynn, averaging 10 points per contest. Young with no one around. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Young's got 6 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Lynn against Wall. Passes it to Daniel. And so he draws the foul on the shot, not tripped to the line to shoot 2. Daniel off to a rough start out there. The Wizards have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And as a club, they're kind of in the middle of the pack in the NBA in terms of their free throw shooting, about 76%.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit.
And mark that bucket down, folks. That's the first career basket from Daniel.
Maybe not anything spectacular there, but he's not going to complain. Your first basket is your first basket, and you're just happy to be a part of it out there.
Yeah, I would hope he wouldn't complain. He's now officially in the NBA scorebook, and that really, when you think about it, guys, that's an incredible achievement, no matter how it happens or when.
Miller, the pass to Daniel. And he banks in the layup.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Wizards out front, up by 10. The second quarter coming up.
Tune in Monday, February 2nd. Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. It's a clash in the South.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
And on top of that, they're really starting to knock down that long-range 3-ball tonight as well.
Here is Nash. Nash out there with Xavier Henry. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Hill. And it's Davis at the 4. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. And the basket by Hill.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Miller against Nash. Miller, the pass to Daniel. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Skinny's got 5 now. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Nuggets.
Yeah, and when the game went into overtime, the confidence of both teams seemed to go in opposite directions, and they were on the wrong side of that equation.
And that's the case a lot of times when you have an uneven matchup like that, Steve. We've seen it before. The longer it stays close, the more confidence the underdog gains.
The shot by Nash, no good.
Well, a tough season for Steve Nash last year. Injuries limiting him to only a few games, and now in his 40s, it's looking like this might be his last go-around.
Well, good idea setting that screen with the edge.
I want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, gentlemen, Carlos Boozer had seen his role diminish with the Chicago Bulls last season. He said it was tough. This is a team sport. We all sacrifice.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Wizards lead by 11. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
43.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers. We worked well together on D. I'll give us that much. Keep up the energy at that end. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for Gortat. Humphries comes in for Nene. Skinny, he's checked in for Martell Webster. And it's Glenn Rice Jr. in for Bradley Beal. Taking a look at the Wizards. Daniel, he's in at small forward. Blair is out there with Humphries. Then it's Wall, and it's Rice in at the two-guard spot. Henry. And again, no good by the Lakers. Washington's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Here's Rice. Rice off the pick from Daniel. Lets it go from 11. Shots good by Rice.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
It's tipped. And that one's good, Henry.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
That's been so critical, Clark, because whenever they have gotten the ball into the paint, it's resulted in points, it seems like.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
That'll do it for now.